Hi grade 11s, welcome to another video where I will be showing you how to draw a door and a window from page 51, where we have a cutting plane. So you can see that on your left side there is your notes, your window schedule, your fixtures, and your incomplete foundation to wall. So the first part of the video will be where we complete this this floor plan as per the instructions. So we have to do everything that is required for the floor plan. So we have to add the window, and it states that in the middle, and just for future reference you should always place your window in the middle. And then we should also add a built-in cupboard at the back of the door, which is in the space here. And then we should also add a hatching detail. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to start by converting our scale. We can see that it is scale 1:25. So I'm just going to use my conversions there. And as you can see, 600 divided by 25, it gives us 24. And then here it is to fit, and then the height of the window, 1200 divided by 25, 48, and then 1000 divided by 25, it is 40. So that is 40, and then 50 divided by 25, it is 2. And we can see here the window sill is length times breadth. So this is how long it should be and how wide it should be. So it's going to be 170 by 25, which is 6,8, and then 35 divided by 25, which is then 1,4. So I'm going to stick with these for now, then I will come for the foundation when we start with it. So first things first, we can see that our built-in cupboard is 600, and 600 was 24, so we measure 24. It is this exact length here. So what you do, you just have to extend that up until the wall. And then using V lines, you can now draw your built-in cupboard. This is how you would represent it in a floor plan. And then once we are done, we check the labeling. The labeling, does it state that we should label it? Here it states built-in cupboard, so we should use B.I.C because it wants the correct abbreviation. So you write B.I.C there. And then now we're going to draw our window. So for the window, the external part of the door, you're going to darken it. Once it is darkened, you're going to now draw a construction line to join the 2 points that the wall, where the wall ends. Let me just zoom in just so you can see what I'm doing. So this is where our wall ends, here and here, and then here and here. So you're just going to extend those points using construction lines. So you're going to start by drawing the window sill first. I'm making my lines darker just so you're able to see them. And then once we get that, we're now going to check our windowsill. From the window note, if you remember correctly, they are here 6 by 8 and 1.4. So the 1.4, it's how out, like how much is going to be out by. So from here, you're going to measure 1.4. And remember, I'm not yet drawing the windowsill. I'm just getting the dimensions. So this is my 1, my 0, 1, my 0.4. It's just closer to the middle. And then I will know that my windowsill, it's going to be somewhere on that line. Now that I have that, I have to find the middle of this point and this point. So we have to measure the length of our wall, the length of our wall. We measure the length of our wall and the length is 10. That's the thickness of how our wall is. Please be careful here. I'm using the wall thickness, not the windowsill dimension. I'm using the wall thickness, which is 5. And then that 5. So this 5 that I had here, it's my middle part of the wall. So I'm just going to extend it to where my windowsill begins. Then from there, I'm going to look at my frame, which is 2 millimeters. So I'm going to go 1 out from the middle of the wall. So I place it in the middle, then 1 on each side. Once I have my 1, I know that my window will be somewhere there. Everything is still in construction. Now that I know where my window is and where it's going to be placed, now I can measure the dimension of this empty space that I was given. So when I measure this space, it gives me 50, 55, 51, yeah, 51 millimeters. 51 millimeters divided by 2, it is 25,5, so 25.5 should be here. Just double check. Oh no, it's not 51, it's 55 actually. 55, which will then be 27.5. 27.5. 25, 26, 27.5 is here. Just to repeat what I just did now, there was an this when we were given like this page, the way it was an empty space. So what I did, I just measured the length of this from here to here. Once I've gotten that, I divided it by 2 to find the middle, because that's where I must place my window. So now that I know where my middle is, now I can measure the thickness of, the width of my window, which is 1000. Remember, this is the height, this is how wide it is, and it is 40, which is 1000. So I'm going to, from the middle, then I can go 20 on each side to measure the 40. 20, 20, and then where that 20 is, I can now outline where my window is. And you can always start with the step. You can always start by, sorry, didn't see that it wasn't showing what I was doing, but you can always start with the step of getting the middle of your space and then drawing your window from there. So I'm just gonna outline my window, which is here. It's already drawn. Then I just now it's there, and then what's left I just extend it into the window. So the space that is just left, now I extend this part of my wall into where my windowsill is. So now I have my wall extended up until here. Let me just fix this. So this is how your window should be drawn. You must always draw it in the middle of the space that you are given. You don't use the whole space. As you can see, everything else is in construction. So now what I'm left with, I'm going to add my hatching detail, and I'm just going to assume it to be a common brick. So I'm just going to do my normal hatching. I'm just going to assume that it's a common brick and I just hatch it. We're gonna label the room designation, which is a bedroom, and then we're gonna also add the floor finish, which is given, and it's a carpet. This is how you did this floor plan on this page. You added your window, your built-in cupboard, your hatching detail, then the room designation with the floor finish. So by doing that, you've completed everything that you needed to complete. The next part of this video will then be us drawing the sectional elevation, which will be the foundation up until the wall plate. See you in the next video, and thank you so much for watching this part 1.